Hi guys, in today's video I am going to talk about what really helps my diabetes, so stay close, don't go anywhere. The first important thing, I talked about it before and I will always talk about it, is exercising. So exercising, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to keep my blood sugars in good ranges. Because I do exercise at least 3 times per week, up to 7 times per week really, improves my blood sugar so much and increased my insulin sensitivity. I have a mixture of exercises, cardio exercises and anaerobic exercises. I do running and cycling sometimes. I do spinning indoor. I do high intensity interval trainings, or I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is what I usually do. I rotate them, I never do the same. I try to improvise and always change to keep myself happy while exercising. I know some of you guys would say you are really busy, you cannot find the time in the day to go out and exercise, you have some injuries, or it's just sports are not made for you. Well, let me tell you something. There is always a way to find time to do sports. All you have to do is just to do it. You want to do it. If you want to do it, you will always find the time and the way of doing it. So stop making excuses. Pick some exercises which are suitable for you. Either it's walking, either it's running, either it's swimming, cycling, working out indoors, spinning, wherever. Out there is a form which really works for you. All it takes is just start doing it. Don't postpone it. Start today, start now, do it, and then repeat and do every day, and you'll get better and you'll feel better, and then you'll start to enjoy it more and more. So the only thing really is to take action and do it, not wait any second later. Second point important for my diabetes, to make it better and easier, is eating low carbs food. I've tried many diets, but for me the one which really works is really low carb. I mean, when I say low carb, it's not like ketogenic diets. It's low carb, avoiding large amount of carbohydrates. So can be anywhere between 50 to 150 grams of carbs. Some would argue with that, saying that's not low carb, but it's in the sensitive area. Usually I do up to 100 grams of carbs per day. But in some days when I do more exercising, I bring in more carbs. I eat some fruits, I eat some smoothies. If you want to see, I have a video about smoothies. You can go ahead and watch that video. It's a really good smoothie I really like to have after I exercise. Before going into low carbs, I tried a conventional diet, which is saying having carbs as you usually would do and just bolus for it, but it didn't really work for me. When I started to increase the amount of carbs, it was really crazy and I couldn't do it. Then I started the ketogenic diet for a couple years, I would say, but that didn't go well for me as well. And then I end up eating low carbs, being like 50 grams carbs per day, up to 70, 80, 100. This is how I do it now, and I eat a lot of protein, especially if I do sports. I do a lot of protein which is coming mainly from meats. I still try to find the best meat to eat. It's still a challenge for me, but this is what I'm trying to do now. I eat proteins also from cheese, nuts, and all other forms. Another important point, simple but very important, is being organized. I realized being organized helps me so much. Having the right food in the fridge all the time, buying on time, making the shoppings when I have to, not postponing, cooking on time, all this helps me so much. On the days when I forgot to do it, it turned out to be quite challenging, and sometimes ended up having bad blood sugars. So just by being organized, cooking when I have to, making sure I have in the fridge the right food, low carb food, so I can cook at any time. Doesn't matter it's something very simple like a salad or something more complex. Just by having the right ingredients in the fridge when I come back from work, or when I'm really hungry, having the food cooked already from the night before, it's really important, so I can have a good management of my diabetes. The last point, the fourth point, is identifying patterns in your blood sugars. So try to identify potential patterns which are doing good or which are doing bad. For this you might need, and I strongly encourage you to get continuous glucose meters like a Dexcom or a Libre. This would help you tremendously to identify patterns, especially overnight. You can do it on just with the prick finger way, but it takes a little bit more work. You need to wake up in the night and a few times and identify blood sugars. But with the Dexcom or Libre, you could do that easily. If it's too much for you to have it all the time, I'm thinking like I did it myself at the beginning. I took it only for a couple months just to identify overnight how my patterns are, and to learn what things influence my blood sugar to go too high or too low, and investigate and treat a little bit step by step with small steps. Of course, if you don't know how to do it, you need to talk to your doctor and discuss with him what's the best way to treat and how to adjust your insulin dosages. Identifying patterns helped me to improve so much my blood sugars and to decrease my A1C numbers. I'm going to give you an example which I came across recently. I found it only because I have my Dexcom on. So I realized always around 3 in the night my blood sugar is going high, and I couldn't realize why it's spiking up to 7. So I was going to bed around 5.5, and straight away, like 1 hour later, I was spiking 7.5. And I was seeing that night by night, and I couldn't realize what, until I started to put down on the paper what I do. And the thing is, turned out it was my mouthwash. Makes sense once I found it, but I would never thought that, because I was thinking only what I eat, what I ingest, what I put in my stomach, and not just because I was rinsing my mouth. But it turned out it was having some forms of sugars, and I had to buy a new one, find something which is sugar free, and now I'm totally safe. So see, this without the CGM I wouldn't be able to identify things like that. This is just an example, but it could be any other stuff, and this will help you, and this will bring your A1C and your blood sugar levels within good ranges. So let's recap again points which really helps my diabetes management. First one, it's exercising. Second point, eating low carb foods. Third point, being organized. And the fourth point, and the last, identifying patterns in your blood sugars which are out of normal ranges. This is the video for today, guys. I hope you find this useful. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, leave some comments below, tell me what you do to improve your diabetes, what helps your numbers. Leave some comments with any suggestions about videos you want me to make. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time.